facts over politics, number one. Politics should have never been in this whole argument. This got started by the defund the police, the defund I hate Bob, Sheriff Bob Fanco, putting political pressure on politicians, and in my opinion, they can't. If this was even going to be a thought to close the jail, I believe the commissioner should have spoke about it in an open public meeting. Maybe said we should probably do some research and just kind of figure out what our options are. Check with our partners, check with the sheriff, get all the information, compile some big fat thick document. Maybe then ask some more questions based on what the big fat thick document was. And then I'll sit down and eventually we'll all come to an informed decision, which is learn through knowledge. And then we make whatever decision that is, option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. As that is what we should have done. That's without taking politics in. When you add that I hate Sheriff Bob Fan Club or that I love Sheriff Bob Fan Club, you're only acting on politics and not on principles or the facts and the knowledge of the case. So the fact that, and I agree with Sheriff Bob, we've done thousands of hours of research in a week with one employee. The numbers don't add up. No. It wasn't no 1,000 hours. Okay, now it might be 1,000 hours because they've been working on this document for 2 weeks. I would question how they got to the document because we've never discussed that in an open board meeting. So when Commissioner Anderson says, oh, there's 5 options. And then I ask him in the board meeting, well, why is there 5 options? How did we get to 5 options? What are the options? We've never discussed that. Well, now there's 4 options. Well, again, there's a lot of things that quote Board of Commissioners in there that I have no knowledge of.
Okay, that was my other question.
At least you now have the knowledge, and I think you can read from that, even though there's a lot of code in there that you have to read through the code. You look at option number 1, close the jail and send to Norquart. Well, that's gonna take a year or 2 and might take some legislative changes.
Right,
Whoops.
I noticed that when I was
So
reading.
maybe we jumped the gun here by saying we're gonna close the jail on April 12th without actually doing any research and getting the packet to find out that we can't really do that. And that's my point. You have to make sound decisions with knowledge. And I guess to end it up, we will be discussing that in a workshop. Now, that was presented to me on Tuesday.
Are we allowed to attend that
You're
workshop?
allowed to attend the workshop on Thursday, but they have already ruled that the only people speaking will be the commissioners and the HR and finance person that put the packet together. They will not be hearing from the public or the sheriff.
That's not fair.
So then we have to get with the
Right?
commissioner and only one commissioner shows up here, so what, how you're gonna be inundated?
No, well, you're,
I have been the odd man out for 3 years now. I finally got a second vote with Commissioner Zoller to stop 20,000 acres of solar panels. That's a whole nother issue that's getting backpedaled now. But in the last year, that finally got a second vote, flipped. That second vote used to be no solar panels, agreeing with me and Bob on the prosecutor, and now that is the best friend of the prosecutor, the
So we
best
can
friend of
only
Jake
talk to
Anderson.
you is what I'm saying, is that,
Well,
is that where
And
we're at?
until you give me a second vote year round, yeah.
actually, because the real question here, the answer to this question is this. We all need to be attending the county